this is just an updated version to show you how to put together the Christmas Village Slimline card. There's nothing really changed in the card. I did optimize the cuts a little bit. So in the original card, some things were a little bit harder to cut. You still kind of want to use an intricate setting if you're using Cricut or something like that. But basically, not a whole lot has changed with the card. But I did want to show you how to put it together in a new video. So we have this back panel and this border and this. So I just wanted to show you, I didn't really change anything major, essentially. Show you different versions. So this is kind of the version of the card we're going to make. So I made a couple cards because I wanted to have some extra cards for Christmas. So again, I've optimized the cutting, that kind of thing. If you have already purchased it, you can go ahead and re-download it from your account. And I'm just going to add a sentiment. So the sentiment's not included, so you could just add any sentiment that you have. Here's a different version. So just know you can do it without the border. You can see I kind of lightly inked the edges here. And actually this background was all done with Distress Oxide and blending and a little bit of water on it. And then I use these little liquid pearls to create these little dots. So that's a different version. So you can see you don't need, looks good without the border. So let's move on here. So we have this, and then we have these. So we can just go ahead and piece these together really quick. So I am using American Crafts cardstock, and this is art glitter glue. So this goes on top of the large one. So it's shiny because I've already put some stickles. So I used, well, actually that one I didn't use stickles, I used Nuvo. Let's see if I can find it here. I believe it's not this one. I used the Nuvo glitter drops, and typically I'll add it after, but I put them on before, so I just kind of put it on top. So there's a couple, I wanted this card when I originally designed it. I think it was in 2019. This is 2024 now. Just wanted a simple card because, you know, a lot of times you just want a card that you want to create quickly. This is one of them. So I'm just going to, after I'm done with this, after I'm done with all the cards, I'm going to go get sentiments and just pop them up on the card. And you can do that easily in the sky area. So the way I designed this is 2 different greens, but you can use one color green if you'd like. So in the file, the trees are 2 different green colors. You put the large one down and then the small ones. Just overlap it. So I'll show you the card with just the one color, and you see it doesn't make a huge difference. But if you did like a really light tree, like almost like a lime green or a lighter green and a darker green, it would be more contrasting than what you see here. So on the other one, so here's just one color. So I've simplified this one, did one color, and decided to just do these on top. And then what I also did was on this one, foam tape. So right there. So before we go any further, I'm going to ink the edges a little bit, which I didn't show in the original version. But it just helps it pop a little bit because you can see that it's white against white. So I want to get the edges a little bit darker. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have this piece of paper that I use. Let me go ahead and close this so it doesn't dry on me. I'm going to use some Distress Oxide and this little finger brush. This is iCrafter, but there's other ones that are similar out there. I'm going to use this Salty Ocean. I started inking it, but I thought, well, I better show you. So I don't want it to be super. I just want a hint of this blue on the edge, so it creates the contrast. So this is, I like to do this, just get a little bit in the openings, but not much. So you want to be careful going in here so you don't get it right on there. I got a little bit right there. So I would recommend just going around the larger edges. And then I'm just going to go along the edge here. It wasn't as noticeable. This helps because I have a lighter background, the white against a light blue. Let me go ahead and close that. So if I take my background like that, and it pops a little bit better because it has a little bit, it's kind of hard to see, but let's see if I can show you. So up close, it looks a lot better. So really quick too, I'm going to do this on the edge of this. I'm just trying to use the extra ink. I don't want it too, oops, I don't want it too heavy. Just want to create a little blue pop color around there. So I'll finish this and then we'll just put it together. So now we're going to go ahead and put this together. So we just simply want to add this to the bottom edge of our panel. So when you're putting glue on this, just try to keep away too close to those openings because we don't want the glue coming through. You see, you don't have to be really, really specific. Oops. And then we're going to go ahead and line it up. So I'm going to start with that one corner. Just carefully pull it down. I want to get it into place on the bottom edge first. And then I can flatten it there. So if you wanted to, you could also put the trees before underneath, but it's not going to fit the best over there. So I designed it to go on top. So this, we want to go ahead and put this on. I'm just going to go right down the middle with the bead of glue. I don't know if you notice we have a free Slimline envelope too. You just have to look it up on our website. Then I'm going to line up the bottom. Then it should fall into place. Kind of fun. Then we'll add the trees. So let me get the trees. So you could pop them up like all together or do what I did, or I'm just going to keep them flat because I don't want it to be too bulky to mail. I just have a ton of, even though you can make your own slimline, it's really just a number 10 envelope, business envelope that a lot of us already have tons of. So I'm just trying to fit it within the border here. You could go over the border slightly if you wanted to. Then all we have to do is glue it onto the card. So this is one of many Christmas cards we have. So this is one of the simpler cards I make. Just add glue on the back. I tend to make a lot of dimensional cards. So we're just going to go ahead and center it. on the card front. And I usually have it open so I don't get glue where I don't need to. And then just to finish it off, I'll put a sentiment, either Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, that kind of thing. Just generically, one from my cutting program or from another cutting file. So that's it. Here are the different looks of all the same card, different feels, look and feels. So we have that. So with the dark background, and then this one, the one we just made, and then this one, which I really like the way that the ink. If you look it up, if you look up on YouTube, you can look for Tim Holtz just blending ink, or there's a couple other YouTubers out there.